Hi everybody. Sorry about my voice, I've been sick. Wow. Heather from Cosby Can Farms. So my permit has been issued for my building. And I'm just gonna read to you what they sent me. The submitted building location permit. That is pretty much the only permit that we need to get here in our particular county. You do have to get a septic has to be put in by, from what I understand, and I could be wrong on this, but septic has to be put in by a professional, and I think your electric has to be inspected before you can hook up to on-grid electricity. We are off-grid, so I will still have an electrician check everything out before I actually hook all that up. You know, but I don't think that has to be inspected if you're off-grid. But anyway, let's see, it says the submitted building location permit, blah, 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 has been issued. Please see the attached permit issuance for posting the project site. Before beginning any permanent construction, you must call to schedule your initial inspection. Any structures erected, constructed, reconstructed, set, placed, installed, enlarged, extended, moved, or converted prior to the initial inspection may be subject to building violations and associated fees. Please follow the instructions below. Initial inspection instructions. Print attached permit issuance and post at driveway entrance. Clearly mark posted structure by placing stakes or otherwise identifying the following footprint of foundation slab, including attached porches, patios, retaining walls, etc. Distance eaves will extend beyond the foundation slab, patio, porch, etc. Clearly identify and mark by string line, flagging, survey stakes, or other easily identifiable method the following within 75 feet of the structure. Property corners, pens, property lines, easements, access utility or other. Establish temporary erosion control measures. Once your project is properly marked, contact our office to request an initial inspection. Please provide your file number. Please note, inspectors work in the field and may arrive within minutes or up to 3 business days from the time of inspection request. If you would like to be present for the inspection, you may request that the inspector contact you to schedule an appointment. Failure to meet the above requirements and or failure to clearly demonstrate that your project meets all setback requirements may result in additional reviews at an $80 reinspection fee. And then you get it a final inspection once your structure is complete. So that's where we're at today. I cut up a bunch of stakes that are all uneven and unsized and rusted. But that's okay, they'll do what we need to do. I did purchase some fluorescent orange paint that I will spray the tops of these. I'm basically doing the 4 corners of the house and the 4 corners of the garage. I'm approximately 200 feet from my property line, the shared easement driveway, and then, good Lord, the other property lines are way far away. So I don't have to mark any of that because it's not within 75 feet of the structure. We have shifted the structure over a bit. I had the driveway guys, one of his workers, level out a space, and it kind of presented a problem. I am gonna have to put up a retaining wall, which will be fine, that'll look pretty, but I just did not want to, let me spin you around and show you so you can see what I'm talking about. This tree line back here, we want to clean that up, but we don't want to tear out all those trees. And this particular house, this building, we're doing it in sections. So the garage side will be duplicated on the other side, and include a couple of bedrooms and a bathroom and that kind of thing. So I need another 30 by 30 feet over there. So even though this has been leveled out fairly nice, we're actually scooting the main part of the house, basically where these trees are lying. And then the garage will go here. So I am going to mark this because I want to get it called in, and I want to get this final inspection or this first inspection done to this week, so that we could possibly, spin you back around here, possibly get do our concrete piers this weekend. These small trees are firewood trees, so I can work on getting those cut up and out of the way. And these small logs are for 1x lumber, bracing lumber, and the lumber that connects my posts together. Actually, one of them I think I'll be able to get some 2x6s out of for that, and then the rest is either going to be 1x3s, which will be the strapping on the ceiling, the roof, to put the metal onto. So yeah, that's what I'm doing today. And this particular does not have to be perfect. It just has to be marked out. So it's fairly simple. It's a rectangle building, 30 by 50, and that is the roof size. So the actual part of the house will be a little bit underneath that. The footprint will be just a little bit underneath that. Same with the garage. It's 35 by 30. So 35 by 30. And that is the roof size. And so those are the only two that I'm actually having to mark out today. And then, like I said, I can get that called in once that's marked out, and he can show up and do our inspection. So I'm pretty excited we're to this point. Yeah, this should be fairly simple. I've got my fluorescent hammer, so if I set it down, I won't lose it, because that happens to me. I just made my stakes. This was some throwaway extra pieces, and I just cut them and put a little point. Hopefully they'll go in the ground. We do have some pretty rocks and stuff, but I can just slam them in as good as possible. And let's just go ahead and get to this, and I will record it and probably speed through it really fast so it'll look like it was super quick. But yeah, just a super short video. Again, I'd like to thank everybody that's supporting my channel and supporting me. It really actually means a lot to me, and I do appreciate it a lot. I'm having a good time. I'm physically feeling better. I'm mentally feeling better. Just being able to do work, to do this kind of stuff. It's definitely given me more purpose in my life right now. So yeah, I really appreciate it. Thank you so much. If you have not subscribed, I hope that you will. We've got a build coming up. We're doing a post and beam house build with kind of the big timbers, not a timber frame, because I'm not doing the joinery, but it's called a post and beam build. But I am doing, basically it's a pole barn. Let me see if I can get this out. A post and beam pole barn house build. And we are going to be off grid. I picked up a really good solar system, starter solar system, that I will show you guys later. But yeah, like, subscribe, share with your friends, and you know, give me some suggestions and some things that you like or dislike or that you want to see. Just thank you so much for supporting me. I appreciate it a huge amount. Stuff is Wood Miser orange. All right, so I think I've got that pretty well marked out. I've got to chainsaw those trees, and the hard part is, I don't know if you can tell, I'm like sweating. It's not even that hot out here, but being sick makes me very exhausted, so I've been kind of putting off those trees. So here, this will be my view out my living room. Probably thin those trees a little bit, but I don't want that open solid. I want peaks of the lake. I want privacy in my house, because as you can see, those houses down there, we can see them. Obviously, you would have to have binoculars, but people are weirdos, so there's that. And then this will be the garage and movie theater room eventually. The motorcycle garage. Whew. So I've got to get these trees cut up, probably into just firewood, because they're what they call pecker poles. Use your imagination there, but they're really not big enough to get. You can get some 2x4s, but I actually don't need a lot of 2x4s. I do need quite a few 1x4s. Trying to decide if I want a deck. So the ceiling, the roof will be 2x6s, frame 2x6s solid, and that'll be the ceiling. That'll be what you see when you stand inside and look up. And then I'll have 2x6s creating another frame that will be insulated, and then the metal roof will go on top of that. And so there's you put strapping on is what it is. Above, give you this pretty view while I talk. On top of that second roof frame that the metal goes on, you can either just do strapping, or you can do a solid plywood, OSB board. If I have enough extra 1x, I'll probably just 1x the whole thing. Pretty solid. Because the cost of OSB went from $15 a sheet to $23 a sheet. And I have a 30x50 and a 35x30 building. Drink my vitamin water. So that is the basic layout. This is obviously not stringed because this particular time I don't have to string it. it back down on the tailgate. So it just has to be marked. I will reread the thing to make sure it doesn't have to be string tied. Because if it does, I've got enough string and I can easily string that very quickly. And what I might end up doing is, this is kind of exact 30 by 50 and 35 by 30. And I might just extend it 1 foot out and over, just to, because I don't have overhangs. The roof does not have overhangs. I mean, maybe a couple of inches and that's it, but the roof is 30 by 50 and 35 by 30. Building structures, whatever I put it underneath that. So I might just extend this out 1 foot just to be super safe. I'm in the markings that I've put down. The county's fairly lax, but you know, you can always get that one person that isn't, and then they can cause you havoc because you're 3 inches past where you marked it. I am not encroaching on any neighbors, so you know, I don't see that being a problem at all. When I call in, I will ask her, or whoever answers the phone, I'll ask them if I should do that or if it needs to be exact. But I think right now at this point, this is good enough to call for that first inspection so they can see where the building's going. And then next year, or the year after, I'm hoping next year, I can get that other frame up for the other side. And then we'll actually do a change of purpose of the building, because right now this is just outbuilding. So before I actually turn it into a house, I'll just do a change of use, I think, and into a living house instead of an outbuilding. So, and then I'll have to get the septic put in pretty quickly. And I think that's it, is the septic will have to go in immediately. So I'll have to be prepared to do that, where this year I'm running out of budget. But I think this gets me where I need to be for the permit. And that's just a basic staking out. I can definitely see this is extremely obvious where we're building. I will get on these trees, not today, probably tomorrow. I've got to sharpen my chainsaw, and then we'll get this cleaned up inside. But I do not have the skid loader, and it won't be here for another week. So this has to be put into sections that I can actually physically hand move on my own. So okay, that's pretty much it. I just wanted to show you where we're at, and next we'll be actually running the string lines and getting it ready to dig the holes, which I'm actually hoping is going to be this weekend. It is Monday. They said 3 days, so if I call them right now, it's almost 2 o'clock, I should be able to call them right now, and by Thursday they should be here, so we should be good to go with digging on this weekend. So first I'll get all these trees out of the build site, and then I'll start running the string line and setting where each one of the holes need to be laid. So thank you guys so much for following along. I appreciate it.